Good day, everyone. So today we were going to discuss the different kinds of bakewares. So when we say bakewares, it's a term used to refer various type of baking utensils, such as baking sheets, baking pans, and baking dishes. Every one of them has a common characteristic and which there are all used to bake some types of sweets or savory food in the oven. Okay, so let's start with the baking sheet. So when we say baking sheets, often refers to us as cookie sheet kasi we use this for cooking cookies. Pwedeng butter cookies, chocolate chip cookies, so iba-iba. So as you can see, the baking sheet is flattened with rectangular metal pan. Okay? Ito yun, yung sa example. Okay, next. Lahat po ito ay ginagamit natin for oven. Then next is the cake pans. We use these cake pans in making cakes. So it has different shape, pwedeng round, square, or rectangular shape. Ayan. As you can see to the pictures, ginagamit natin siya for baking pans. And you can choose on what shape do you want. Pwedeng rectangular, square, or round. Okay? For cake creations. The next, bun pan, tubular cake pan with a hollow center. Ayan. Ginagamit natin siya sa ganitong klase ng bread. So, or yan, ng cake. Pwede rin. So, ganyan. Para may butas siya dun sa gitna, no? Para siyang sa chiffon. Okay? Next. Jelly roll pan. A baking sheet with raised side on it to make a perfect spiraled jelly rolls. So, as you can see, si jelly roll pan, ito, anong pinagkaiba niya kay baking sheet? So, let's go back to the baking sheet. Yan. This one is the baking sheet. Do you see what is the difference between the baking sheet and the jelly roll pan? Okay? The jelly roll pan has a raised side. So, mas mataas po yung side niya. Kasi ginagamit natin siya for baking this kind of cakes. Okay? Yung mga roll cake. Yan. Ganito siya. Tapos, i-roll po siya kapag medyo malamig-lamig na, no? Yan. Pwede rin sa mga ganito, like brownies. Okay? Pwede din siya. The next, this one is loaf pan. It's a rectangular in shape. We use this one for baking loaf bread. Okay. Yan. So. Okay? So, next. As you can see, mas maliit siya pero mas mataas yung kanyang mga gilid, no? Next. This one, it's a kind of cake pan, but it's, you can call this one as a spring form cake pan. What is the difference of this spring form cake pan with the regular cake pan? Balikan natin. Ito ang cake pan. What is the difference? Can you see what is the difference between the cake pan and the spring form cake pan? Okay, so sa spring form cake pan, meron siya dito sa gilid na bukasan para maluluwagan niya yung pinaka-pan and pwedeng ganyan yung pagtanggal dun sa cake, yung sa pinaka-chiffon ng cake, okay? The next is baking dish, also known as the casserole dish. Ito, ginagamit natin to for runny butters para at least mas ma-hold niya yung butter mixtures at hindi po siya matatapon. Okay? Pwede rin yan sa mga lasagna kapag gusto ninyo, magbibig kayo nun. So, pwede yan. Sometimes, it's glass or porcelain. Brioche pan. Ito, ginagamit natin siya for cupcakes. Yan. Ganyan po siya. It's a small molds lang that are fluted on the side which are used to make cupcakes. And pwede rin sa mga famous macarons ng Philippines. Okay? Sometimes we use this one for tart also. Mas maliit dyan yung tart pan. Next. Donut pan. Siyempre, we use this one for donut, no? Para at least mas ma-mold siya and the design niya ay donut po talaga, no? We use this one for baking donuts instead of frying kasi sometimes we can fry the donut. But if you want to bake your donuts, you can use the donut pan. Then French bread pan, we use this for French bread or baguette. Okay, ito yun. So ginagamit natin siya pang ganyan kasi mahaba siya. Ayan, it's measure 16 to 25. I'm sorry. It measures 16 to 25 long. Okay? Next. As you can see, meron siyang mga curve, di ba? Para saktuhan talaga dyan yung haba at saka yung laki ng French bread or baguette. The next is muffin tin or muffin pan. It's a made of non-stick aluminum materials. Then nilalagyan natin sometimes ng paper.
Recording in progress.
And sometimes nilalagyan natin siya ng mga paper cups like this one. Yan. Para pag naluto siya, mas madali siyang ma-remove. We use this one for making muffins and cupcakes. Actually, madali lang naman silang tandaan kasi yung mga names nila is based kung saan sila ginagamit. Like for example, the cake pan, we use that one for cakes. Muffin tins or muffin pan, we use this one for baking muffins or cupcakes, diba? Ano pa ba yung mga magkakapangalan? Balikan natin. Yeah, this one, French bread pan. And we use this one for French bread or baguette. Donut pan, we use this one to bake donuts. Diba? Madali lang siyang tandaan kasi yung mga words niya is, yung mga names nila is yun din yung mga niluluto sa kanila. Loaf pan, we use this one for baking loaf bread. Diba? So, very simple. Okay, next. Pie pan or plate. Sometimes it's made of glass, aluminum, stoneware, or ceramic. So, depende kung ano yung gusto ninyong gamitin. But ito yung mas common. Okay? So, depende yan sa laki kung saan nyo gagamitin. This pie pan is, we use this for baking egg pie, buko pie, no? Different kinds of pie. Pie plate is a round, has shallow, slanted sides, measuring from 1 to 2 inches deep. Okay? Ayan. Ganyan po siya. Okay? Next. Knives. Dito naman tayo. So, it's very important kasi kahit anong lutuin natin, talagang gagamit at gagamit tayo nito, di ba? So, what is the different parts of knife? Point. Ito yon yung pinakadulo. Ayan. Ito naman, yan. Letter A is for point. Ito yon. Pinaka-end of the knife, which is used for piercing. Next, letter B, tip. Okay? Which is used for small or delicate work. Letter C, the edge. Ito na. Yan. Ayan yung pinangkakat na talaga, diba? Then letter D, the heel. The rear part of the blade used for cutting activities that required more force. So kapag hindi na kaya ng C, ng edge, dito, pag hindi mo na kayang hiwain dito yung item, pag kailangan na mas matigas, mas kailangan na mas force, pwede ka dito maghiwa sa part na to, sa heel. Spine, letter E, ayun, sa ibabaw. The top thicker portion of the blade, which add weight and strength. So, dyan mo hahawakan, di ba? Pagka kailangan mo ng force. Pero hindi yan masyado nakakasugat kasi nga, panghawakan din talaga siya kapag kailangan mo ng force na makat yung kinakat mo. The letter F, nasa ng F? Ayun, this one, the bolster. The thick metal portioning joining the handle and the blade which add weight and balance. So, dito, pinagdudugtong niya si knife and yung pinaka-handle. Okay? Ang tawag natin dyan ay bolster. Then, the portion of the bolster that keeps the cook hand from slipping onto the blade. G is the finger guard. Where's the G? Ayun, ito, G, finger guard. Coil, the point where the heel meets the bolster, sorry. Letter H, ito yun. Okay? Coil. Then, next is tongue. The portion of the metal blade that extend into the handle, giving the knife stability and extra weight. So, asan ang tang? Yun, letter J, this one. Okay? Then next, scales. Sorry, this one. Then L, rivet. The metal pins usually that holds the scales to the tang. So, siya yung nag-hold ng tang doon sa pinaka-knife para at least hindi siya po matatanggal, mahahawakan natin na mabuti. Okay? Ito yun, no? Yan, tatlong yan. 1, 2, 3. Ang tawag natin dyan ay rivet. Handle guard. Ito. Handle guard. Then last one is the bat, the terminal end of the handle. So yung bat, yun yung pinakadulo ng handle ng ating kutsilyo. So that is the different kinds of parts ng knife. Okay? Point, tip, edge, heel, spine, bolster, finger guard, coil, tang, scales, rivets, handle guard, and butt. Okay? So let's proceed to the different kinds of knives. So we have different kinds of knives. Utility knife, steak knife, curving fork, cleaver, paring knife, boning knife, chef knife, santoko knife, and bread knife. So utility knife, mid-sized knives used for miscellaneous cutting, larger than a paring knife but not as large as chef knife. So ito para nasa middle siya. Hindi siya ganun kaliit katulad nitong paring knife, hindi rin siya ganun kalaki katulad ng chef knife. But almost same sila na panghalos panglahatan, no? Pang mid-size lang siya, medium size lang na pang cutting. Steak knife used to slice steak from the wood cut of meat such as sirloin and rump. So ginagamit natin siya to cut the steak. Then carving knife, long thin narrow blade with a sharply pointed tip which can slice and separate meat from the bone. So ito, sineseparate niya yung bone to the meat. Pero hindi siya kagaya talaga ng boning knife na nire-remove ang bone. Okay? So parang ganyan siya. Ito. Sorry. Move lang natin, no? Okay. Then, carving fork, ayan, hinuhold niya yung materials, hinuhold niya yung meat para maayos itong makat. Ayan, kagaya niyan, hinuhold niya yung meat, 'di ba? Para hindi ka nagagamit ng fork. So, pwede yung carving fork na kasi ayan talaga yung pinaka-purpose niya to hold the meat para habang kinakat natin, hindi siya gagalaw. Okay? Clever, thick, wide, and heavy blade designed to force their way through meat or poultry bones. Ito yung mga may mga buto na karne. So, pwede natin gamitin yung clever para mahiwa natin siya agad kasi mas malakas ang force nito kumpara sa ibang klase ng knife. The next one is the paring knife. We use this one for eto. Pwedeng pagbabalat ng mga fruits, no? Pwede rin 'yan. Ayan, ginagamit din natin siya diyan. The next, boning knife. So, we use this boning knife to remove the bones in skinning meat or poultry. Nire-remove natin yung bones sa meat, no? So, yan. Chef knife. Siyempre, ito, ginagamit ng lahat. Halos, panglahatan siya, multi-purpose knife. So, pwede siyang pang chopping, slicing fruits and vegetables. So, lahat halos ay pwede siya, no? Mas malaki siya kumpara sa utility knife. Okay, then next is a santoko knife. Halos same siya ng chef knife. But the santoko knife, it's from Japanese. Okay, ayan. It's from Japanese. So when we say santoko, it may refer to the wide variety of ingredients that knife can handle. So ibig sabihin, pag sinabi natin santoko, wide variety of ingredients. Pwede meat, fish, yan. Pwede meat, fish, and vegetable, or to the task it can perform, kagaya ng mga slicing, chopping, and dicing. So, halos same sila ng chef knife. Kaya lang, si Santoko knife is originated in Japan. Okay? Yan, multi-purpose use din siya, or general purpose kitchen knife kung tawagin. Okay? Then next is bread knife. So, syempre ginagamit natin siya for slicing bread. Kaya siya may mga ganyan parang salagare para at least mas madali niyang, ayan, para mas madali niyang mai-slice ang bread. Kasi nga naman, kapag ganyan, yung flat na blade, mahihirapan. Okay. So, that's all for today. And we will discuss yung iba pa ninyong question to our group chat. Thank you.